countries are there to compete. Next to the Olympics, this is the sport's signature competition. But right now, we're going to have a World Championships of a different sort. It's the Artistic Gymnastics World Championships. And you know, this event takes on even more significance this year. That's because it's an Olympic qualifier. Now, the men's Canadian team is going to be looking to avoid the disappointment it suffered in 1999. It finished 18th, didn't qualify a full team. Now, with more on what to expect from the Canadian men's team this year, let's join our hosts for this event, Scott Russell and Lori Strong-Ballard, with the Artistic Gymnastics World Championships from sunny Anaheim, California.
Newport Beach, California. Inland is Anaheim. The weather here has been a perfect 10, and at the World Championships of Gymnastics, that's precisely what everyone is after.
There it is! Another 10 for Nadia Coveney!
The perfect 10, almost unheard of in a sport which requires so much precision. To be flawless is to reach legendary status. To get there is to be at the pinnacle. It's a sign of power. The perfect 10, it means you set the standard that few will ever grasp. The perfect 10 is the goal in gymnastics, a place that even champions may never consider.
There's a popular saying in the world of sport, it's now customary to utter the words when you win a championship, I'm going to Disneyland. Hi everybody, and welcome to the Disneyland Resort. This is Disney's California Adventure. I'm Scott Russell. The first of 4 shows from the World Gymnastics Championships right here in Anaheim, California. A very important time for both the Canadian men's and women's gymnastics team, because not only is a trip to Disneyland at stake, so too is a trip to the Promised Land, and those Promised Lands, of course, being the Olympic Games in Athens, Greece, the summer of 2004. In order to get there, both teams will have to be top 12 in the world against the very best competition in the world. Now, this competition is taking place at the Arrowhead Pond, where the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim play their hockey, and standing by there with more on this story, here is Lori Strong-Ballard.
Scott, the ice is out, the podium's up. There'll be no slap shots here, but plenty of high scoring. It's the most exciting event at these World Gymnastics Championships, the team competition. And for Canada, this is a crucial moment. Their one and only opportunity to qualify a team to the Olympics. And this is not the team we saw in Sydney or at the last World Championships. This is a group of young, hardworking, talented, but inexperienced athletes who are up against some of the powerhouses in gymnastics, Russia and Romania. Russia still has the queen, Svetlana Horkina, who's at the top of her game at the ripe age of 24. And Romania, despite being young themselves, has won the last 5 consecutive World Championship titles. This is a nation who knows how to win. And China's at the top right now and phenomenal on the 2 hardest events, bars and beam. And while the Americans, they have the home team advantage and one of their strongest teams in years. Canada is riding high after tremendous success winning a silver medal at Pan American Games. But to be in the top 12 here, they're going to have to be hitting on all 4 cylinders.
Right, Lori, there are 4 events in the team competition. There they are: vault, uneven bars, beam, and floor. Yes, top 12 teams qualify for the Olympics. Canada will follow the Olympic order and start on the vault competition. At the last Olympic Games, Canada finished in 9th spot. But as you alluded to at the beginning of the show, this is a young, inexperienced team. All of the members from Sydney have graduated to collegiate competition. Good Canadian contingent in the crowd to watch Melanie Banville lead off on the vault.
And I promise you, Scott, the moment they walked in this arena, they were feeling the excitement, but also the nerves. This is a young team, but a good starting apparatus for them. The vault, they are much improved here. Melanie's competing near Chenko, 1.5, and a good job. Just a small sidestep on the landing. That vault has a start value of a 9.7. She did a very good job to start this team off strong.
16-year-old from the Ottawa Gymnastics Center, Melanie Banville, 9.087 to get Canada on the board in this qualifying process. Heather Purnell is her clubmate, also 16 years old, from the Ottawa area.
The girls told me after national championships that they wanted to have strong vaults. They wanted to all upgrade to the 1.5, and Canada has 4 1.5 vaults. A strong vault again for Heather. The same vault we saw Melanie perform, but a cleaner landing.
Coach David Kenwright in there, 9.225. Good score for Heather Purnell, now the oldest member of the team, 20-year-old Rochelle Simpson. She's the American College Champion, NC2A, the University of Nebraska, getting a chance to compete for Canada for the first time.
Yeah, she's never competed in Olympics or World Championships, but plenty of team competitions in the college system, and that experience will pay off here. Yurchenko 1.5, again the same vault that scored out of a 9.7, and she's so powerful. Good job.
From the Winstonettes in the Toronto area, 9.125. So the Canadians are off to a good start on the vault. Carol Angela Orchard, the team coach, along with Toby Gorman, they chalk up and they're ready for the uneven bars. This can be tricky. Heather Purnell is there now.
They're off to a good start, so the pressure's off slightly. What Canada's going to be looking for here is to be hitting all of their connections, so their start values will be nice and high. There's a nice connection there, the giant full to a ginger. Cast full pirouette, transition down to the low bar, and back up to the high bar. All connected. Nice handstand there. Just the dismount, full in, back out, nails the landing.
Canadians started on the uneven bars when they won the silver medal at the Pan American Games a couple of weeks ago in Santo Domingo.
Canada has been preparing for this competition for over a year, trying to get these young athletes ready, and it's paying off here. You can see that they've paid a lot of attention to the details, hitting the handstands and sticking the landings, because in the end, it's going to be every 10th that's going to get them that Olympic berth.
Purnell was 8.85. Here's Banville.
See some of her pirouetting combination work here. Giant full into Tkachev. Nice clean form. Oh, a small problem right there. She wanted to go giant 1.5. Bail handstand. She ended up doing a double. But what a wonderful cover-up. Double layout, hits the landing. That could have been disastrous near the end of the routine there with this combination. There's the Tkachev. She'll pass back up. Here she wanted to do the giant 1.5. It turned into a double. Fantastic cover-up. Something that she was prepared for.
Second good score posted by Melanie Banville. Emily Plant was the non-traveling alternate in Santo Domingo at the Pan American Games. Now she's won a spot at this World Championship effort.
Take a look at that release move. It's a death, one of the most difficult release elements in this competition. She is a bar specialist. There's the giant 1.5, giant full, right into her ginger. Amazing.
She'll only do 2 events. She delivered a 9.05 vault, and she is, as you mentioned, Lori, a specialist on the bars.
Canada is looking impressive here. Emily's just got the dismount, double layout. Works the landing. Here's the transition to the low bar. Bail handstand, nice and tight in the back. Back up to the high bar. Good combination bonus there.
Emily Plant is the product of Gymnics in Montreal. She delivers a 9.2, so through 2 events, the Canadians remain unscathed at the pond. Coming up, the tricky balance beam when we return to the World Gymnastics Championships. We're back at the Arrowhead Pond in Anaheim, California. Scott Russell along with Lori Strong-Ballard as the Canadian women's gymnastics team tries to qualify for the Olympic Games. They're on the balance beam now. This is Kylie Stone of Calgary, Alberta.
Kylie and her team got the job done on vault and bars. They've impressed many here, but if their inexperience is going to show, it will be on this event. There is no room for error.
They've already had a fall on the balance beam. Stone hangs on there. They cannot count a fall, or that will be definite trouble.
Talk about pressure. You're competing atop a podium on a 4-inch wide beam. Your country, your teammates, your coaches are counting on you. She has to hit. Quite a powerful athlete. We can see that in her jump, but to switch side with an extra half turn, adding the difficulty there. These girls are looking for 1.2 in bonus to get that 10-0 start value. That's going to come from the difficult elements and the combination work. That's a D-level skill there, a side summy. Just a slight bobble. Scott, considering the pressure she's under, she looks calm, cool, collected. Into the dismount, a big one. 2 back hamstrings, double back. Small step on the landing. She has tremendous middle split flexibility. We can see that in the jump. There's her coach.
Stephanie Alessio of the Stampede City Gymnastics Club. 9-1 for Kylie Stone to keep Canada rolling. Melanie Vanville rarely falls off the beam.
And she's off on her tumble series. Big disappointment.
6 athletes per team. 5 compete each event. The best 4 scores to count. Canada's already had a fall. They must now count a fall on the beam, and that will hurt.
Another big skill coming up here. It's a D-level skill, and she's off again on her front top.
Quite clearly, Lori, this will have to be the droppable score for Canada.
Nice comeback with a full. Required element, a full turn. Scott, this does not look good for Canada. They have 1 event left, the floor exercise. They're going to have to come back strong. That Olympic berth is on the line.
They will have to keep the 8.25 posted by Melanie's clubmate Heather Purnell. This score should be much lower than that.
2.5 twist dismount. Big disappointment for Melanie, and she's been on such a roll. She was fantastic at the national championships, at the world championship trials, and here a meltdown on the beam.
7.775. Heather Purnell and Carol Angela Orchard, the floor coach, talking about what they have to do now on the final event, floor exercise. Lydia Williams of Toronto was called upon to deliver a floor exercise at the Pan American Games because of an injury to Gail Mackey. She did the job there. Canada won the silver medal. Now she's got to do it again.
Once again, she was put in this lineup at the last moment. Emily Plant was supposed to compete on floor, but she landed with straight knees on a full in during the 30-second touch. Tweaked her knees again. She's out. Lydia's in. And a lead-off performer. Triple turn, Popa.
A 16-year-old born in Pretoria, South Africa, now competes for Sports Seneca in Toronto.
Canada does a great job in preparing these athletes to have great presentation, to have clean dance elements, because it's not just the tumbling. To get those high start values, they have to do the big jumps and turns in connection, as well as the tumbling, like this 2.5 twist. Dramatic finish and a clean routine for Lydia. She got the job done when they needed her.
Another look at a clutch performance by Lydia Williams of Canada.
There's her double pike. Very clean on the landings. That's another area that Canada is really excelling in here. Really trying to minimize the deductions on their landings.
8.637. Heather Purnell needs a good score. The Germans, the Japanese, the Italians are all chasing for that 12th and final spot at the Olympic Games.
Piked full in. Beautiful job. Nice height on that first pass. Here we go again. Front full, another good job. Heather says this is her favorite event. She really likes to perform and dance and show it off. Brazil
and Great Britain are having a good World Championships, are beyond Canada's mark. Canada had trouble on the balance beam. Now they're hunting for the 11th or 12th spot.
Canada's neck and neck with Germany right now, and every team that they can knock off early in this competition means a better chance for them to qualify top 12 and head on to the Olympics in Athens. Small stumble on her turn right there. Crucial tumbling pass right here. Endurance is so important. Double pike. Good job.
Nice, clean routine for Heather Purnell of Ottawa. Will it be enough to keep Canada where it wants to be?
Big last pass. It's a D. Double pike. Clean on the landings once again.
9-1-1-2. Encouraging news for the Canadians. And in the end, it is indeed enough for Canada. There are the top qualifiers. China, Romania, the United States, no surprise there. Russia's down in 5th. Canada sneaks into the Olympic Games 142.56, just ahead of Korea in 11th spot. So they're going to Athens. We'll be back to talk to the Canadian women in a moment.